Lagos never sleeps, and neither did Tunda that night. From the balcony of their two-bedroom apartment in Surulere, he watched headlights crawl through Western Avenue like restless fireflies. Inside, the hum of the standing fan mixed with the soft breathing of his wife, Said, asleep on the bed they had shared for 3 years. Married, yet lately feeling like polite roommates. Tunde loved Sadie. That wasn't the problem. The problem was the things he didn't say. Every morning, Sadie left early for her job at a digital marketing firm on the island. Confident, stylish, always smelling faintly of perfume and determination. Tunde, on the other hand, ran a small logistics business that had started well but had been bleeding slowly for months. He had stopped telling her about the bad days. At first it was small. "Business Enco?" she'd ask. "We thank God," he'd reply. But "we thank God" had become a shield, covering debts, unpaid riders, and a loan he secretly took from a cooperative society to keep things afloat. He told himself he was protecting her. No need to worry her. A man should handle his problems. What he didn't realize was that silence has weight, and it was pressing down on their marriage. Said felt it too. She noticed how Tunde flinched whenever her phone buzzed with bank alerts, how he became defensive when she mentioned money, how laughter between them now felt scheduled, forced into weekends like an appointment. One Friday evening, stuck in traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge, Said called him. "Babe, I might get home late. The team wants to grab drinks." There was a pause. "Again?" Tunde said, too quickly. Said sighed. "It's just drinks, Tunde." "Every week?" The line went quiet. Around Sad, car horns blared, and a hawker knocked on windows selling plantain chips. "Is this really about drinks?" she asked softly. "Or something else?" Tunde swallowed. He almost told her then about the loan, the fear, the nights he stared at the ceiling wondering if he had failed as a husband. But pride rose faster than honesty. "It's nothing," he said. "Do whatever you want." That night, Sade returned home past 10. The food she brought was untouched. Tunde lay facing the wall. In bed, with only inches between them, they were miles apart. Days later, Said accidentally discovered a loan message on Tunde's phone while trying to check the time. The words hit her like cold water. "Repayment overdue." Her chest tightened, not because of the money, but because he hadn't told her. When she confronted him, his reaction wasn't apology. It was anger. "You were checking my phone?" And just like that, the real issue was buried under accusations, raised voices, and wounded egos. That night, Sade cried quietly in the bathroom, while Tunde sat in the living room, wondering when love had become this hard. Neither of them knew it yet, but the real test of their marriage had just begun. Sunday morning came with rain, the soft Lagos kind that cools the air but stirs the soul. Saad woke early and went to church alone. Tunde stayed back, restless. The house felt too quiet. For the first time in weeks, he asked himself a painful question. What if my silence is what's destroying us? Later that afternoon, Said returned. She didn't go straight to the bedroom. She sat on the couch, calm but distant. "Tunde," she said, "we need to talk." "Not argue." "Talk." He nodded. She spoke first. About how lonely she had felt. How marriage wasn't meant to be a guessing game. How transparency wasn't weakness. It was partnership. "I married you to be your wife," she said, voice steady. "Not a stranger in the same house." Something broke open in Tunde then. He talked. Really talked. He told her about the business losses, the loan, the shame, the pressure of being a man in Lagos where success is loud and failure is mocked. He admitted he was scared. Scared of disappointing her. Scared of losing her respect. Said listened. No interruptions. No sarcasm. When he finished, there were tears in her eyes, but not anger. "Do you know what hurts the most?" she asked. "Not the debt. Not the struggle. It's that you didn't trust me enough to carry it with you." Tunde bowed his head. That evening, they spread papers on the table, bank statements, expenses, ideas. They planned together. Cut costs. Adjusted expectations. For the first time in months, they felt like a team again. The change wasn't magic. Some days were still tense. Money didn't disappear overnight. But transparency did something powerful. It removed fear. They started checking in weekly. No phones. No pretending. just honesty. Months later, when Tunde's business slowly stabilized and Sade got a promotion, they celebrated quietly at home. No big party, just peace. One night, as generator noise hummed outside and the city breathed around them, Sade rested her head on Tunde's chest. "Thank you for letting me in," she said. Tunde smiled. "I thought transparency would make me look weak." She laughed softly. It made her stronger. In a city like Lagos, fast, loud, demanding, they learned that love survives not on perfection, but on truth. And that in marriage, transparency isn't just about telling the truth. It's about choosing each other, even when the truth is hard. If you enjoy this short story, please like, share, and follow Adi Media for more. Please, don't forget to press the small bell to notify you each time we post another story.